Hello and welcome to Training Tuesday, where we go through weekly tips and tricks to make your career just a little bit more awesome. This week, we are doing a halfway check-in because somehow, I'm not sure how it happened, but we are officially halfway through 2019. Now, if this feels as shocking to you as it is to me, you are not alone with this, but it's really important to take this time. It's a perfect time to actually check in with how you're doing on whatever goals you set at the beginning of the year. So as you all know, I'm not a big fan of New Year's resolutions, but I typically set a theme for this year. I typically have some things I want to try and accomplish. This is what I will be checking in on. But whether you are a resolution setter or someone who just kind of like has an idea in mind of what they want to do throughout the year, I still want you to take this time to check in and see how you're pacing. Because truth, unfortunately, so many people don't take time to check in with how they're doing against their goals. And at the end of the year, they end up in December scratching their head and saying, how did this year pass me by so quickly, right? They feel like they either haven't made the progress they wanted or they were waiting for a better time to start doing these things. Whatever it is that's coming up with them, it happens a lot. And we do not want you to be in that situation. And the best way to avoid that, the best way to actually set yourself up for success at the end of December is to actually make sure you're regularly checking in with how you're doing. Get a pulse on the situation, right? So that's what we want you to do this week. That is my tip for you. I have 2 questions I want you to sit and journal on to check in with how you're doing on this year. So the first question is I want you to grab a piece of paper and answer on a scale of 1 to 10, how am I doing for my goals? So do I feel like, I haven't really started them or I haven't really been making an effort, or 10 being, yes, maybe they're not accomplished yet, but I'm feeling like I am putting 100% effort in. This is really a question of how much effort am I putting in, and only you can answer that, and you know the answer, right? Be honest with yourself. So on a scale of 1 to 10, how am I doing? And then the second question is if I'm not a 10, right? Because a lot of people aren't, then what is one thing I need to commit to that will help me feel like I'm reaching those goals by the end of the year, right? So is there something that I can change? Is there a system that I can put in place? Is there, maybe I haven't been making time for this, so I'm gonna start doing this every Saturday at these hours, right? What is one thing I can commit to make sure that I'm setting myself for success come December? So those are my questions for you this week. That is my tip. I want you to sit and journal on those things and answer them honestly, right? And make sure that you're putting stuff in place so that you can feel really great come end of year. So that's my tip for you this week. If you need support reaching these goals and you're struggling to kind of do that on your own, you can always reach out to me. I'm here to support. I will happily pick your brain on what's been going on and what's been coming up for you that's slowing you down. Know that I'm here to help, but start there. And in the meantime, happy working.